Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's lesson. This week, we're going to talk about the two no trump opening bid and responses. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen with you. So we've studied so far how we open a major suit, right? 12 to 20 high card points, 5 cards or more in a major suit. When we have that, we open one heart or one spade, right? This is a standard one level suit bid. So far, so good. We've also studied opening one no trump with specifically 15, 16, or 17 high card points and a balanced hand. And let's remind ourselves what a balanced hand is. It means that with those 15, 16, 17 high card points, there is no 5 card major suit. If you had 16 points and 5 hearts, you would open one heart because that would fall into the 12 to 20 high card point range with a 5 card major. You also do not have any voids. You have no singletons. You might have a doubleton, but if you have one, only one in the hand. There are 3 possible balanced shapes in bridge for the purposes of opening a one no trump hand. And here they are on the screen. We've talked about these, right? So you would open one no trump with 15 to 17 points in a balanced hand. So far, so good. We've also studied opening minor suits. You have 12 to 20 high card points, and you can have as few as 3 cards in a minor suit. Now, you would open a minor suit if you cannot meet the requirements to open one heart or one spade, and you cannot meet the requirements to open one no trump. Then opening one club or one diamond is your default with 12 to 20 high card points. You will always open something if you have 12 to 20 high card points. And so if you cannot open one heart or one spade and you cannot open one no, you're going to open one club or one diamond. You could have as few as 3 cards in that minor suit, and you're opening yet again a standard bid on the one level. So we've actually talked about all of the one level opening bids. One club, one diamond, one heart, one spade, one no. But what if you have, instead of just 12 to 20 high card points, what if you have more than 20 high card points as the dealer? What are you supposed to open then? It's not one of these one level bids. We're going to move on to the 2 level opening bids, and we're going to talk about how we might open a hand that has more than 20 high card points. Okay, so if the dealer has 20 or more high card points, well, what you've got is a mega hand, right? Now, you're going to need a method to get your partner's attention. You're going to need a bidding sequence that's going to say to your partner, look, I've got at least 20 high card points in my hand, which means out of a 40 high card point deck, I have half of the points in my own hand. And I might need more than one bid to get this message across. But at the very least, my very first bid has to do something significant to get your attention. So how do I do that when I have more than 20 points? Well, there are 2 kinds of mega hand bids. The first one is the one we're going to talk about today, and that's the 2 no trump opener. It's when you have a balanced hand with a big point count, all right? It's going to be very much like opening a 1 no trump opener. However, it's going to be a level higher, and we'll talk about the specifics of that. The other kind of mega hand opening bid is one we'll talk about in our next lesson. It's called the 2 club opener. Now, this is an artificial bid that gets partners' attention. It's a coded bid. This is not Stayman. We've learned Stayman, but the 2 club Stayman bid only exists as a responding bid over partners' 1 no trump opener. I'm talking here about opening as the dealer 2 clubs, very first bid. So this is going to be a big mega hand bid that will say, I've got this huge point count and I'm going to need time to talk about it. So I'm first going to make an artificial bid that doesn't mean clubs for us to get started. So that's next week's lesson. We'll talk about the 2 club mega hand opener. All right, today we are narrowing our conversation just to the 2 no trump opener. All right, so let's do that. What do you need to make a 2-no trump opening bid? Well, the requirements for a 1-no trump opening bid were pretty specific, right? 15 to 17. The requirements for a 2-no trump opener are also very specific. You need 20 or 21 high card points. That's it. That's it. Not 22, not 19. If you had 19 or 20 high card points with a balanced hand, you would open your longest minor suit, and we'll see an example of that in a few minutes. You would not open 1-no because it's not 15, 16, 17. You would not open 2-no if it's not 20 or 21. So it's really a very specific opening point count when you open 2-no trump, 20 or 21 high card points. You also must have the exact same kind of balanced hand that you would for a 1-no trump opener. No 5-card major, no voids, no singletons, no more than one doubleton, one of the 3 opening shapes in bridge. So let's go look in your packet on page 2. And let's find out if the examples that you have there qualify for 2-no trump opening bids. So let's look at example A together. All right. On example A, you have 21 high card points. I've counted them up for you. And let's look at the shape of this hand. This is a balanced hand, isn't it? It's a 4-card spade suit, 4-card diamond suit, 3 cards clubs, 2 cards heart, 4, 4, 3, 2. So it is a balanced hand, and you have 20 or 21 high card points. This absolutely should be a 2-no trump opener. Everybody at the table is going to know what you have. But more importantly, your partner knows what you have. Let's go look at example B. Let's take a look at this shape here. Well, first of all, you have 20 high card points. Fantastic. Is this a balanced hand? Well, yeah. It's a 5-card minor, 5 diamond cards, 3 cards, 3 cards, 2 cards. This is one of the acceptable balanced hand shapes to open a no trump. 5-card minor, 3, 3, 2. And so with these 20 points, do not open this hand 1 diamond with 12 to 20 points. No, no, no. You're going to get more mileage out of this if you open 2-no trump. Remember, when we open a minor suit, it's because we are telling our partner, out of all the other possible opening bids I could make, I had to come completely down to a diamond opening. I couldn't make any of the better, prettier, more descriptive opening bids. All I can say is a minor suit. So if you were to open 1 diamond with his hand in B, that's what you'd be telling your partner. You'd be saying, well, I've got 12 to 20 points. I don't have a major suit. I don't have 1-no. I don't have 2-no. I'm going to open a minor suit. So yes, you have 12 to 20 high card points here. But you have to look at the bigger picture. You also have a balanced hand. And the best description of your hand with this shape is 2-no trump. Let's get the party started, okay? Let's go look at hand C. On hand C, you have 20 high card points, okay? Look at the shape of the hand. And every time you hear us say the word shape, we're talking about how many cards are in each suit. Well, this hand has a 5-card major, right? Has 5 spade cards. So with 12 to 20 points and 5 spades, you should open this 1 spade. It is not a balanced hand, right? And it does fall under the description of how you open a 5-card major, 12 to 20 high card points. So this is a 1 spade opening. Let's go look at hand D. You have 20 high card points again. So you don't have a 5-card major. Let's find out if we have a balanced hand. So let's look at the shape of the hand in D. I do see a 5-card minor, and we know that that's acceptable. The problem here is that in addition to that 5-card minor, the rest of the hand is a 4-card suit and then 2 doubletons. Well, you're not allowed to have 2 doubletons and call it a balanced hand. You have an unbalanced hand here, 5, 4, 2, 2. Not a balanced hand. And so with your 20 high card points, you should not open 2-no. What would you open with this hand? Well, I guess with 12 to 20 high card points and not meeting the requirement to open a 5-card major, not meeting the requirement to open a 1 no, not meeting the requirement now to open a 2 no, you are going to make an opening bid with 12 to 20 points, and your best choice here is your longest minor suit, in this case, 1 diamond. All right, let's go to E. Let's figure out what this is. First of all, the point count, 18 high card points. Is this a balanced hand? Yes, 4 cards, 4 cards, 3 cards, 4 cards, 4 cards, 3 cards, 2 cards. So now my question is, if it's a balanced hand, what can I open? But you have too many points to open 1 no trump, don't you? 1 no trump is 15, 16, 17 high card points. That's it. You have too few points to open 2 no, 20 or 21. You're sort of in the valley between opening a 1 no and opening a 2 no, and we like to call that no trump and a half. But you have 18 high card points, dealer. You should open something. Now, you're going to open your longest minor suit, and that's going to feel counterintuitive to some of you. I get that. You're saying to yourself, I've got 18 points out of a 40-point deck, and I'm going to open a piddly 1 club with this hand. Yes, but remember, it's the first bid in the auction, and it is the default kickoff bid, if you will. Take a look at the rest of your hand. You know, I'm noticing that you've got a 4-card spades suit. What if your own partner, the responder, has 4 spades? Well, then we're off to the races in spades. But you're getting the auction started by letting your partner know that you have 12 to 20 high card points, but you're paring away all the things you don't have. Because when you make a bid, you're not only telling your partner what you do have, you're also eliminating anything you haven't said that you could have. You are denying all those other things, and that's descriptive as well. All right, so we've opened 2 no. Let's talk about the responder. Now, just like when your partner opens 1 no, the responder is the decision maker when your partner opens 2 no. So what does that mean? The last couple of weeks, here's what we talked about. If I'm your partner and I open 2 no, just like if I've opened 1 no, you, responder, are in charge of this auction because my hand doesn't change. I have 20 or 21 high card points. I have a balanced hand. My hand doesn't get better, really. It doesn't. So therefore, the hand we don't know about is yours, responder. And so it is going to be up to you, responder, to drive this auction. You're going to make all major decisions as we go along. Now, as a responder, you're always searching for at least 8 cards in a major suit together, even though I've opened no trump. We love playing in major suits. They score so well. And we've already learned when we open 1 no trump that we can use the Stayman convention and the Jacobi transfer convention in search of major suits. Well, you're going to be able to use that here with a 2 no trump opener as well. Now, we also talked about if a responder did not have at least 4 cards in a major suit, well then no, we're not going to find a major suit fit together because responder, it's going to be on your shoulders to figure out whether we have a major suit fit, and it will only happen if you, responder, can start us off with at least 4 cards in a major. Otherwise, even if I have 4 cards, we're not going to find eight cards together. So if you, responder, do not have at least 4 cards together, then responder, you're going to bid naturally over my 2 no trump opener. So let's break all of that down. Let's take a look at some things and talk about what responder needs. All right, so responder, first of all, what is your point count requirement? I've opened 2 no, I have 20 or 21 high card points. You, partner, know that we need 25 points together to either play in a major suit game or a no trump game, right? And I started us with 20 or 21 points. So how many points do you need, responder? Actually, 4. I know, you said 5, didn't you? I know you did. You said 5, but it's really only 4. And on page 3 in your packet, on the bottom, I talk about why 4. And in a nutshell, and you're going to see this on page 3 in your packet, in a nutshell, here's what it is. When I open 20 or 21 high card points, I have a lot of face cards, don't I? A lot of honor cards, a lot of points. And generally what that means, first of all, I have half of the high card points in my own hand, don't I? And generally what that's going to mean is that when we start playing the hand, my high cards, one after another, are going to win tricks. And then after I've won tricks with my high cards, my next good cards are 10s and 9s. And I'm on a roll because the more high cards I have in my hand, the more points I have in my hand, the fewer points the opponents have. I'm holding all of these great points. And once I start winning tricks, and I play the aces and the kings and the queens and the jacks, my next 10s and 9s are now also winners. And notice, 10s and 9s, we didn't count any points for when we were adding up high card points. But once they follow an ace, a king, a queen, and a jack, they're just as good as those face cards. So what's not being counted in my 20 to 21 high card points, when I count them, is the fact that if I have 10s and 9s and 8s, I actually have some extra winners after I play all my good high cards. It just naturally flows into those 10s and 9s and 8s. So I actually have a smidge more in my hand than just 20 or 21 high card points. A smidge. And therefore, partner, you don't have to worry about needing that extra 1 point in case I only had 20 high card points. You don't have to have 5. You can just get away with the 4 points you would need when I opened 21. If I had 21 points, you would only need 4. Just use that 4 as your general. Don't even worry about 5. You need 4 points, responder, to take my 2 no trump opening hand to a game in a major suit or no trump. 4 points. Isn't that great? Okay, so what are your options with you when you have points? Or even if you don't have points, what are your options, responder, when I open 1 no trump? The same tools you used over a 1 no trump opener, you're going to use over a 2 no trump opener. The difference is that I've already moved this auction higher than normal. I started on the 2 level, which means that your bids, responder, are going to have to be on the 3 level, aren't they? So everything's going to move 1 level higher if I open 2 no than they were when I opened 1 no. But that's okay. I have so many points, you don't need that many to keep us going, right? You only need 4. So what are the options? Well, the first one is the Stamen convention. I open 2 no. You can use 3 clubs as Stamen. Remember, it was 2 clubs over a 1 no trump opener. You need to bid 3 clubs over a 2 no trump opener. And 3 clubs as Stamen says the exact same thing as it said over a 1 no trump opener. Responder, you need to have 4 and only 4 cards in a major suit. You can have 2 4-card majors, but no more than 4 cards, 4 and only 4 cards in a major suit. You also need those 4 points to bid Stamen. You must have at least 4 points in your hand, responder, to bid Stamen, and you'll see in one of our examples why it's so important. But yes, you must have those game going 4 high card points or more for you to bid the Stamen convention. You're going to bid 3 clubs, right? I'm going to open 2 no. Responder bids 3 clubs. Responder saying, gee, opener, do you have a 4-card major? Because I do. All right. In addition to using Stamen, responder, you have the option of bidding the Jacoby transfer convention. Now remember, you would bid diamonds if you have a 5-card or longer heart suit. You would bid hearts if you have a 5-card or longer spade suit. So you would need 5 or more cards in a major suit. A Jacoby transfer allows the responder to have 0 or more high card points, and we had a whole discussion about that from our 1 no trump opening Jacoby transfer class. You might want to go back and look at those notes if you're fuzzy why you're allowed to have just 0 points. But I open 2 no and you have 5 or more heart cards, your Jacoby transfer bid is 3 diamonds. And you're saying to me, responder, opener, you must bid 3 hearts. You must bid the next major suit going up the bidding ladder. If I've opened 2 no and you bid 3 hearts, responder, then you're telling me you have 5 or more spade cards, the next suit up the bidding ladder. And you're saying to me, Opener, you must bid three spades. And so responder, you need 5 or more cards in your major suit, 0 or more points, and you are bidding the suit below your 5 card or longer major. That's the Jacobi transfer. Now we've also talked about natural bidding. I open 1 no trump. You have 0 to 3 high card points in your hand. Generally speaking, you pass, right? It doesn't matter if you had a 4 card major. You cannot bid Stayman. You cannot bid Stayman unless you have 4 or more high card points, right? With 0 to 3 high card points, generally speaking, you pass. Now I'm going to make an amendment to that in a few minutes, just so that you would put all of what we've just talked about together. But if you have 0 to 3 high card points and do not have 4 or more cards in a major, then you can't help me. Pass. If you have 4 or more high card points in your hand and you do not have 4 or more cards in a major, well, then you're going to bid naturally and you're going to bid 3 no trump, because your 4 high card points in my 20 or 21 game. And we're not going to find a major suit, because remember, that responsibility is on your shoulders, responders. You're the one who must have at least 4 cards in a major before we even begin the search. All right, so if I wanted to put all of that together in terms of what a responder can do, here's what I'll show you, and you'll see a copy of this on the bottom of page 4 in your packet. If you have 0 to 3 high card points, responder, your general bid is going to be pass, or you may bid a Jacobi transfer if you have 5 or more cards in a major. Remember, 0 points. 0 to 3 high card points, you're passing, or bid a Jacobi transfer if you have a 5 card or longer major. Once you have 4 or more high card points in your hand, here are your options. You bid Stayman if you have a 4 and only 4 card major, or go ahead and bid a Jacobi transfer with 5 or more cards in a major. Notice your Jacobi transfer can be done with 0 or more points, right? So that's why it's in both places here. Or with 4 or more high card points, but no 4 card major, no 5 card or longer major, you're just going to bid 3 no trump. All right, so far so good. Let's take a look at some more examples on page 5. Let's see if you can figure out what your responding bid is to these 2 no trump openers. Now these are your responding hands. I've already opened 2 no. You cannot see my hand. But these are this is your hand as my responder. Let's figure out what your responding bid is going to be to me. Now, hand F. You've got 4 high card points in this hand. I counted. No, that's wrong, Megan. You've got 5 high card points, don't you? Hold on. I'm going to change that. I can't count. There we go. Sorry. You've got 5 high card points in this hand, right? 5 high card points in this hand. Now, I've opened 2 no. You have at least 4 of those 4 high card points. Well, that's good, because that means we have enough for a game. So the first thing you know is that we've got enough points for a game opposite my no trump opener, my 2 no trump opener. You have a 4 card spade suit, 4 and only 4. I don't care that they're not pretty. You don't have any face cards in that suit, right? Doesn't matter. You should use the Stayman convention here. You should ask me, the 2 no trump opener, if I have a 4 card major. So what's the bid to ask that question, to bid Stayman? Right, 3 clubs. It's 1 level higher than if I'd opened 1 no. So 3 clubs, Megan, do you have a 4 card major? Because I do. Let's go look at hand G. On hand G, you have 6 high card points, I hope. Yes, okay. 6 high card points. And I've opened 2 no. Look at your hand, the shape of your hand. You do have at least 4 high card points, so we already know we have a game somewhere. That's like the first thing you want to put together. You know we have enough points to be in a game. Let's figure out which game. You have a 5 card or longer major suit, hearts. Well, that's the Jacobi transfer. You can have 0 or more high card points to bid a Jacobi transfer. And your suit is hearts. You want to tell me to bid hearts, the opener. You want me to bid that suit in case it becomes the trump suit, I've named it, and my great big 2 no trump opening hand stays hidden away from the opponents, because I will become declarer. So that's why we're getting me to name the suit. So you're going to bid what to tell me to bid hearts? 2-0 by me. You bid 3 diamonds, responder, the suit below your heart suit on the bidding ladder. 3 diamonds tells the opener to bid hearts. Let's go look at H. On H, we have one little bitty high card point, right? All right, so the first thing I know is that we actually don't have a game, do we? I have 2-no trump, 20 or 21, but you've got 1 point. There's no way we get to 24 points. But you do have a 5-card spade suit. Now, no honors, well, no face cards anyway. Doesn't matter. Should you still use the Jacoby transfer? Absolutely you should. You want to get me out of highest card wins, which is what I'll play in if you pass and I play in 2-no trump. Give me a trump suit on my side. Bid 3 hearts. That's the suit below your 5-card spade suit. That will require me, the opener, to bid 3 spades. You're telling me to bid spades. And you know what? I will at least have a 7-card spade suit as a trump suit. Why do I say at least 7 cards? Remember, responder, you have 5 cards. You don't know when I've opened to know whether I have only 2 spade cards, a doubleton. Remember, I'm allowed to have a doubleton, or whether I have more. So if you are assuming, responder, that I might only have a spade doubleton for you, then yeah, we'll only have 7 spade cards as a trump suit. You know what? That may not be terrible at all, because now every single one of your spades, responder, has value. Even your 3 of spades there on the bottom of that entire group of spades might be an actual outright winner by the end of the hand. Whereas in no trump, you know what? I'd probably take a look at that hand. If I were to play this in 2-no trump, you don't have any real good winners on your side of the table. I'll never make anything happen with your 5 spade cards because they are not winning cards in no trump. Does that make sense? I can't run a suit because the opponents will have other spades that will win. I won't ever get back to your hand. So put me in a trump suit when you have so few points, but at least 5 cards on a major. Let's go look at example I. On example I, responder, you have 2 high card points. So as of this moment, no game, right? No game. This would be fine if you did have a 5-card major, but you don't. You have a 4-card major, but you may not bid Stamen unless you have at least 4 game-going responding points. Sorry, responder, you can't help opener. You should not make things worse. You should pass. All right, let's go look at example J. You have 5 high card points here as responder, so you know we have game, right? At least 4 high card points means we have game. You do not have a 4-card major in this hand. You do not have a 5-card major in this hand, so no Stamen, no Jacoby. You are going to bid naturally. With at least 4 high card points, enough for game, you should bid the game 3, no trump. So far, so good? All right. Now, on page 6 and 7 in your handout, we talk about, well, what does the opener do after responder bids either Stamen or Jacoby or a natural response? What is opener's second bid? Opener has to figure out what did responder mean, and then has to figure out which opener's rebid, which second bid by the opener, that opener should make. Now, same general rules apply in 2 no trump openers as in 1 no trump opener. It's just everything will be a level higher. So think about it this way. I've opened 2 no and my responder has bid 3 club Stamen. If that's true, then opener's job is to either bid 3 hearts or 3 spades. If opener does have a 4-card major, right? Isn't that what Stamen is asking you, opener? Do you have a 4-card major? So if you have one, you bid on the 3 level. The Stamen was a 3 club bid, 3 level. Your answer's on the 3 level. 3 hearts or 3 spades if you have a 4-card major in either of those suits. Remember, if you have 4 hearts and 4 spades, opener, you bid up the bidding ladder, up the line. You would always show hearts first, 3 hearts. If you do not have a 4-card major, opener, well, bid 3 diamonds. That's the bid that says, nope, thank you for asking. I don't have a 4-card major, responder. I'm going to let your hand take us back to wherever we're going. And right now in our bridge careers, that place is 3 no trump. But as we move into level 3 beginner bridge, we're going to learn that there's some other places, some interesting and wonderful places we might go, not just 3 no. So 2 no by me and my responder bids 3 clubs Stamen. My job as opener is to answer the question. I will bid 3 hearts or 3 spades if I have a 4-card major. I will bid 3 diamonds if I don't have a 4-card major. Suppose I open 2 no and my responder bids a Jacoby transfer. 3 diamonds as a Jacoby transfer to hearts, 3 hearts as a Jacoby transfer to spades. Well, this is easier because the opener is being told exactly what to do. Opener must bid the next major suit up the bidding ladder from whatever responder's bid was. So if responder bids 3 diamonds, I, the opener, am required to bid 3 hearts. If responder bid 3 hearts, the opener is required to bid 3 spades, the next major suit up the ladder. I'm being told what to do. Stamen was asking me, did I have something helpful? Jacoby transfer is telling me the next step I take. Now, if I've opened 2 no and my responder immediately bids 3 no trump, well, my opener's rebid is going to be easy. It's pass. We're already at a game. And my responder has already figured out we are not going to play in a major suit fit. So we're playing a no trump. Now, what does responder do? Well, responder, I open 2 no, you bid 3 clubs Stamen. The opener has answered the question. 3 spades, 3 hearts, or 3 diamonds. When the opener answered your question, responder, did you find a fit with the opener? Did the opener bid your 4-card major? Fantastic. Add distribution. And you're going to continue bidding in our known fit. And for right now, that's simply taking us to game in our joint suit. So you're going to bid 4 hearts or 4 spades, whichever suit we found the fit in, right? 2 clubs by me. No, sorry. 2 no by me. 3 clubs by you, Stamen. Megan, do you have a 4-card major? 3 spades by me. I have a 4-card spade suit. If that's your suit, yay, you go to 4 spades. All right? Now, what if there is no fit with opener? Okay? 2 no by me. 3 clubs by you, Stamen. Do you have a 4-card major, Megan? I bid 3 hearts. But that's not your suit, responder. Your suit is spades. You should not bid those spades. You do not add distribution. If we did not find a fit, because either I bid the other major when you asked me the question, or I bid 3 diamonds, nope, no 4-card major, then responder, your job is to return to no trump. 2 no by me, 3 clubs by you, Stamen, 3 hearts by me, I have a 4-card heart suit, and your suit was spades, then you have to assume we have no fit. Your job is to return to no trump. Do not bid your spades. Return to no trump, and the only place you're going to return to no trump is 3 no. Now, this, by the way, is why you have to have 4 high card points or more to bid Stamen, responder. Because if we do not find a fit or you do not like my answer, your job is to go back to no trump, and the only place you can go to in no trump is 3 no trump. I started with 2. So you're going to end up going to game in 3 no if you don't like my Stamen answer, and we have to have game points for that. Therefore, responder, you must have 4 or more high card points to bid Stamen, because we might end up in 3 no. So 2 no by me, 3 clubs by you. I will answer 3 hearts, 3 spades, 3 diamonds. If you found a fit with the suit I name, great, go to game in the suit, 4 hearts or 4 spades. If you don't have a fit with whatever suit I name, or I bid 3 diamonds, I don't have a 4-card major, then your job is to return to 3 no trump. Okay? Let's say instead I've opened 2 no, and you have bid a Jacoby transfer, responder. I open 2 no, and you bid 3 diamonds. I am required as opener to bid 3 hearts. And now we come back to you, responder, your second bid. Your second bid, responder, is going to be based on both your points and your shape. All right? If you have a 6-card or longer major suit, Well, you should add distribution right now because you know we have to have an 8-card major suit fit. You know that. How do you know that? When I opened 2 no trump, I must have at least a doubleton in any suit. Therefore, if you have a 6-card major, I must have a doubleton in that suit. We will have an 8-card fit. So 2 no by me, 3 diamonds by you is a transfer to hearts. I, the opener, must bid 3 hearts. You look at your hand, you have 6 or more heart cards. Yay! You add distribution. If you are still at 0 to 3 points, well, we don't have game. And you cannot help me any more than you already have. You pass. I will play in 3 hearts. If you have 4 or more total points with distribution, then bid the game in our joint 8-card fit, right? You're going to bid 4 hearts or 4 spades. Now, what if I open 2 no and you bid 3 hearts as a transfer to spades, and I bid 3 spades, the transferred suit, and we go back to you, and you look at your hand responder and you have 5, but only 5 cards in your spade suit. Well, don't add distribution because you do not know if we have an 8-card fit. Remember, I could have a doubleton in your suit. We might only have 7. And the way that you describe that to me and the way that you identify that is to not continue bidding in the suit without a known 8-card fit. Your job is to return to no trump, no distribution added. With 0 to 3 points, pass. With 4 or more points, yes, we have game, but the game we have that you should bid is 3 no trump because you can't be sure we have an 8-card major suit fit. Okay? Now, sometimes the opener gets one tiny extra bid after responder's second bid. Sometimes an opener takes a third bid. And here's what it's based on. The opener asks herself one question. Do I, the opener, know right now that the partnership has a fit after all? How does the opener figure that out? Well, you're asking yourself this. Does my opening hand actually offer more cards in responder suit to find a fit? Even though responder thinks there is no fit, responder returned to no trump. Do I have more than a doubleton in responder's suit? When responder said, oh, I guess I got to go back to 3 no because I have only 5 cards in the major suit. Well, opener, if you have 3 cards or 4 cards instead of a doubleton, then correct the auction from 3 no trump and go to 4 hearts or 4 spades, whatever the suit is. So we've got a lot of information there. Let's see if we can put some of this together. A helper here might be your bidding ladder. All right, that might help you. Another helper here maybe would be your Jacobi transfer graphic. But here's the thing. This is what your Jacobi transfer graphic looked like for the 1 no trump opening bids, right? This looks familiar, right? Notice the right-hand side of the graphic talks about having 6 cards or more in a suit. The left-hand side talks about 5 and only 5 cards in a suit. And in the middle here, you have point ranges. But these point ranges are opposite a 1 no trump opener. Now, I don't have one of these opposite a 2 no trump opener, but would this help? Maybe, yeah, conceptually it's exactly the same thing. But the point count here is going to be different if I've opened 2 no trump. So what can you do about that? You can decide if you want to make a new chart for yourself here. You can make a little copy on your printer and you can cross out these numbers and use it for 2 no trump if you want. Just remember that a 6-card major on the right-hand side continues bidding in a suit. A 5-card and only 5-card major on the left-hand side returns to no trump. And that might be just enough for you because we're already basically at game level when I open 2 no trump. Your responding bids are going to take us into game territory anyway. So you decide if you want to amend that for yourself. All right, so we're going to see if we can put all this together. I am not using examples from your packet. No. I'm reviewing examples that are very much like your packet, but I'm actually taking one hand and I'm making adjustments to it each time I talk about a new opening and a new responding with it. I'm moving cards around slightly so that you can see, I hope, or at least see a little bit, that how you bid on a hand depends on the very specific layout of the cards. And one card moved here from here might make all the difference in how you're going to bid that hand. So let's see if that comes through at all. But I'm covering basically the concepts in that whole bunch of hands I gave you in the packet. Here we go. Here's the first of the hands that I want to talk about. On this hand one, and again, this number hand one does not correspond to hand one in your packet. This is me just calling a hand one. So South is the dealer. South has 21 or more high card points. No, I'm sorry, has specifically 21 high card points and a balanced hand. So South has 20 or 21, has a balanced hand, right? This is a 2-no trump opener. Makes sense so far. Now let's go look at North. North is our responder. North has 2 high card points only. 2. Well, if North had a 5-card major, North could bid the Jacoby transfer because North could do that with 0 points. But North doesn't. North has a 4-card major, and that would be Stamen, right? But North must have 4 or more high card points to bid Stamen after South's 2-no trump opener. Well, North doesn't have that. North may not bid Stamen here. North may not also bid 3-no trump because you also need 4 high card points for a game opposite a 2-no trump opener. So sorry, North. What are you going to do? Well, yeah, you're going to pass. You cannot help South's 2-no trump opening hand. You are not required to bid when South opens 2-no trump. There's nothing that forces you that says you must bid. You only bid if you have something worth offering, and on this hand, you don't. So North is going to pass, and South is going to play this in 2-no trump. All right, so that's hand one. Now let's go look at hand two. It's basically the same hand. I just tweaked it ever so lightly. In fact, what I did was I moved a card out of North's 4-card major somewhere else. I took this card from here. There was an extra card here, and I moved it down to clubs. So how does that change the bidding on this hand? I also, just in case you hadn't noticed, added an extra queen here. I changed out the card that was there and put a queen in. All right, well, South is the dealer, 20 or 21 high card points, balanced hand, opens 2-no. North, you're the responder. You now have 4 high card points. Now that means you do have enough for a game, right? All right, let's start figuring out what game. North, you do not have a 4-card major, or you would bid Stamen with a 4-card major and 4 or more high card points. You also don't have 5 or more cards in a major. You would bid the Jacoby transfer, and you would have done that with even 0 points. But you do have 4 high card points. You do know you have a game, right? So if you don't have a major suit to start working on, to start searching for, then I guess the game that we're going to play in is 3-no trump. We're going to bid naturally here. Okay? North is going to bid 3-no trump. Now, the auction South will come back to you, but you're going to pass, aren't you? Because we're already at a game. And responder has specifically chosen to tell us we will not find an 8-card fit together. And that would be true even if South had a 4-card major in the 2-no trump opening hand, because if North doesn't have one, there's no 8-card fit. So that's hand 2. Let's go look at hand 3. Hand 3, I put that card back there, didn't I? I put the card back. I also, by the way, added a card in South's hand to that same suit. So that's the tweak I made. I left the points exactly the same in both hands. I just moved a card from down here in South's hand up here to spades. I moved a card from down here back up to spades. Let's see how that changes this hand. So South, you have 20 or 21 high card points, balanced hand, 2-no trump. We should be getting used to that by now, right? Okay. North, you're the responder. You do have 4 high card points. So the first thing that you say to yourself is, we've got game. Okay. What game? So now we start exploring opportunities and options for which game to play in as responder. Responder, you have a 4-card major suit. You have a 4-card spade suit. You have 4 or more high card points. Well, this is your opportunity to bid Stamen. How do you bid Stamen? What's the correct bid for Stamen after a 2-no trump opener? 3 clubs, right. You're going to bid 3 clubs. You are asking responder a question. I'm sorry. You are asking opener a question. You are asking the opener, do you have a 4-card major? Because I do. And so now you're going to put it back in South's opening hand. South is required to answer the question. South, do you have a 4-card major? What's your answer? 3 spades. All you're doing, South, is answering the question. You have a 4-card spade suit. Show it. Now, North, you're going to assess the situation. Do you have a fit with opener's choice? Opener gave you an answer. Do you have an 8-card fit now with opener's choice? Well, I think you do, right? So your job is to go to 4 spades. You have a fit. You have game-going points. Go to 4 spades, and South will pass. Okay? All right. Okay. Let's go to hand 4. On hand 4, I've left North's hand exactly the way it was, touched nothing. In South's hand, I moved that extra card out of spades, that 4th card. I moved it down here to diamonds. But I've left everything else the same. I just moved a card from spades to diamonds. That's it. So let's see how that changes the bidding on this hand. So South with 20 to 21 high card points in a balanced hand, you open 2 now. North, you have 4 high card points, enough for game. You know this partnership is going to continue to game at some point in this auction, but your first job is to figure out what game. So let's look at your hand, North. You have a 4-card major suit, 4 spade cards. You should bid the Stayman convention to show your 4-card major and to ask South a question. So what is the correct bid for Stayman after South's 2 no trump opener? 3 clubs, right, 3 clubs. South is required to answer this question. Do you have a 4-card major, South? Because I do. All right, South, answer the question. What's your answer, South? Well, South should answer 3 diamonds. South does not have a 4-card major. South's 3 diamond answer says, thank you for asking, North, but I don't have a 4-card major in my 2 no trump opening hand. You, responder, you should be the one to make the next important bid. You should return us to no trump, because I know what I have and everybody knows what I have in my 2 no trump opening hand, but we don't quite know exactly what your responding hand has. Now, at this point in our bridge career, the only place that responder is going to go is right back to no trump at the 3 level, right? North is going to return to no trump, and the next place we can bid no trump is 3 no trump. Now, as I said earlier, that's true right now, but in bridge level 3, we're going to learn that there might be some very juicy places that responder could go instead of just going to 3 no, and that's part of why we put the responsibility of deciding what to do next back in responder's hand, because we don't know what responder has, right? And this again is why responder has to have at least 4 high card points to bid Stayman, because if we don't find a fit, we are returning to no trump, and the cheapest no trump level we can bid after I open 2 no is 3 no, game. So responder, you must have game going 4 or more points to even start with Stayman, okay? So that's hand 4. Let's go look at hand 5. And by the way, yes, this is where this auction ends, 3 no trump on hand 4. All right, South, it came back to South. South does get to think again, but South knows the partnership does not have an 8-card fit, right? South knows that. Now we go to hand 5. Same hand with a bit of a tweak. And one of the tweaks I did was I moved that 4th card, and I'm sorry, I think I moved a card here from clubs up to hearts. So now South's hand has a slightly different shape, 4, 4, 3, 2. North's hand stays exactly the same. All right. So North has 20 to 21 high card points, balanced hand, opens 2 no. That's South, sorry. If I said North, I'm sorry. South. North we go to now. North is the responder. 4 high card points. We know we have game. But before we bid some kind of game, let's figure out the right game. Which game is the best choice here? So North, you have a 4-card major. You have a 4-card spade suit. You should bid the Stayman convention to ask South if South has a 4-card major. So what's the correct bid for Stamen here after South's 2-no trump opener? Right, North bids 3 clubs. Stamen, do you have a 4-card major? Because I do. Now, South, you're required to answer the question. What is your answer, South? Well, hold up, South. Just wait a minute. South has 2 4-card majors. How does South know which major to show? South, you've been asked the question, do you have a 4-card major? When you have 2 of them, you bid up the line, right? Up the bidding ladder. Always bid hearts first, always. Because if North does have 4 heart cards, you don't want to miss a heart fit. If for some reason you like the spades better, South, and decide to bypass hearts and bid spades, you'll never find a heart fit if you have one. You will be denying that you have 4 hearts, and your partner in North, who at that moment does have 4 hearts, will go, well, I guess we're not going to play in hearts. So, to avoid that, South, when you are asked the question, do you have a 4-card major? Your job is to bid up the bidding ladder, up the line. So South, to answer the question, you should bid 3 hearts. Thank you for asking. Yes, I have 4 heart cards. All right, North, you have to interpret that bid and decide what happens next, right? North does not have a heart fit. North does not have 4 heart cards. Should North now bid the 4 spade cards in the responding hand? Absolutely not. Not. When the responder does not get the answer from Stamen that he wanted, or if the responder bids 3 diamonds, I don't have a 4-card major, responder's job is to return to no trump. When there is no known fit with South's choice, North is required to return to no trump, and North should bid 3 no trump here. Now notice by returning to 3 no trump, the declarer will still be North because North started the whole thing by opening 2 no trump. So if we were to play in 3 no trump, South's great big 21 point hand is going to become declare hidden from the opponents. But now remember that South, the opener, always gets to think one last time after responder's second bid. South has to put some things together. And South knows something now that she might not have known earlier. South knows that North has to have a 4-card major, right? North would not have bid Stamen if North did not have a 4-card major. North's 4-card major is not hearts because North returned to no trump. Therefore, North has 4 spade cards, right? And South also has 4 spade cards. This partnership does have a spade fit, and South has just figured that out. South's job is to correct the auction now from the game in 3 no trump to the game in the known fit spades, 4 spades. And here's why this should have worked in this order. Take a look at South's hand here, over here, down here on the auction. The person who has said spades now for the very first time is the 2 no trump opener, South, which means South becomes declare in 4 spades, and that great big 21 point hand is still hidden from the opponents. It's not on the table as dummy for everyone to see. If North had bid spades because she just wanted to show them, if North had not returned to no trump and they found a spade fit, North would become declarer. The responding 4-point hand becomes declare hidden, and the 21-point opening hand becomes dummy. And that helps the opponents. Don't help the opponents. If you show them where all your best cards are, you can make it easier for them to sometimes take an extra trick. Hide your big hand as declare whenever you possibly can. And so this method allows this partnership to still have the big hand become declare. South names spades first by putting together the information that North's responding hand is providing when North returns to 3 no trump when there is no heart fit. Okay, and so this way, on hand 5, This contract will be played in 4 spades, and South, the 21-point hand, named spades first. Let's go look at hand 6. Now, I changed this hand a little bit more than I've changed any other hands. I still have the same opening hand down here in South that I had a minute ago on hand 5. But I did take North's hand, the responding hand, and jazz it up a little bit. All right? So I know it says same hand with a tweak. It's some of the same hand, but I really did tweak it a lot on this one. All right, here we go. South has 20 to 21 high card points. Balanced hand opens to no. Now, North's responder, you have 0 high card points. 0. Not enough for a game, right? No. But North, you do have 5 or more cards in a major suit. This is where North can bid a Jacoby transfer. 0 or more points, right? So North, what is your first response? North should bid the suit below the long major suit, right? This forces South to bid any major suit that might become a trump suit. So North, you're going to make a telling bid here. What is your first response, North? It should be 3 hearts. You're bidding the suit below your 5-card or longer spade suit. 3 hearts. And you are telling South what the next bid's going to be. You are telling South to bid the next suit up the bidding ladder. South, you have no choice. You must bid the next suit up the ladder, and that would be 3 spades. Okay? Then we return to North's responding hand, and North decides what to do next. And if you can figure out using the Jacoby transfer graphic, right, that graphic, if it helps you, even though we're starting at a higher level, or you made your own version of a graphic, that helps you here. But one of the things that you have to walk away knowing is that if you have 6 or more cards, responder, in your major suit, you already know there's a spade fit here. You know that. You absolutely know that. Because the opener must have at least a doubleton when she opens to no trump. Must have a doubleton in any given suit. Therefore, your 6-card spade suit absolutely has at least 2 spade cards to match it down in South's hand, right? And because of that, you know there's a fit right now. And North, you get to add 2 distribution points right away. Well, now you're up to 2 whole responding points, North, and that is not enough for a game. You would have to have 4 responding points. You should not bid again. You should pass. You've done everything you can to help your partner. You've gotten your partner out of a no trump contract where highest card of the suit led wins. You have given your partner at least 8 cards in a spade trump suit, and even the 3 and the 2 of spades in your hand, a hand that has 0 high card points, now have specific value. And by the end of the hand, they're going to be winning tricks just because they're trump cards. So you've done your job, North. You've gotten your partner into a trump contract with a known fit even, and you've stopped the auction short of game. This auction will be played, this contract will be played in 3 spades. Okay? Let's go look at hand 7. And now I really did take that last hand from hand 6 and tweak it based on that hand. Take a look at North. I add a couple of points here, right here, and maybe a couple of points here. And now it's a different point count, but it is exactly the same shape. And I did not change South's hand. Let's see how it changes in auction. So South has 20 to 21 high card points and a balanced hand, you know. North, you have 4 high card points now, and you know you have enough for a game, right? You also, North, have 5 cards in a major suit. So with 0 or more points, North, and 5 or more cards in a major suit, you're going to bid the Jacoby transfer. So what's your first response, North? How do you bid a Jacoby transfer to spades? You're going to bid the suit below your long spade suit. So that bid would be 3 hearts. And then we go back to North, the responder. We go back to South, the opener, pardon me. North has just made a Jacoby transfer telling you what suit to bid. You've got no choice here, South. You are being told to bid the next suit up the bidding ladder, right? So your second bid, opener, is 3 spades. You're being told to bid the spade suit. That's what you do. North, we go back to your responding hand. You determine what happens next. Again, you could use the graphic or you can just think through the number of cards in the suit. You know you have a spade fit because you have 6 or more spade cards. South must have at least a doubleton in your suit. You get to add 2 more points. You're up to 6 total responding points. Well, you already had game to begin with. Now you just have a nice deeper game, a nice game with a little more points, right? So you know we have a game contract. We have enough points for game. You know you have a spade fit. South must have at least a doubleton. The one who knows goes. 4 spades. All right, 4 spades. Let's go to hand 8. Now, same hand except on North, I've taken away 1 card. I've shortened the length here, and I've added that card to the heart suit. I moved it from here to here. South hand, I did change it just a smidge, but not much. I moved a card from spade down here. Same point count, same point count. Here we go. South has 20 to 21 high card points. Balanced hand opens to no. North, you have 4 high card points. So you know we have a game right now. Let's figure out which game. You also have 5 cards or more in a major suit. So you've got a Jacoby transfer here, right, North? What's your first response to make a Jacoby transfer with this hand? 3 hearts. You're bidding a suit below your long 5 card or longer major. Fantastic. South, you are being told what suit to bid. South is required to bid this transferred suit. South, you're going to bid the suit above North's bid. And so your bid, South, is 3 spades, the next suit up the bidding ladder. Now we return to North's responding hand. What is your bid now? You've got to decide your next move. You, responder, are in charge of the auction, right? Your next bid tells South about your point count and about the shape of your hand, the number of cards you have in any given suit. You have 5 and only 5 cards in your long spade suit. And you do not know for sure if South has more than a doubleton in spades, right? South could just have a doubleton when she opened 2-no. She could just have a doubleton in spades. So, because of that, you cannot be sure there are 8 spade cards together. Therefore, you do not add any distribution before you make your rebid, North. And you may not rebid the spade suit without at least 6 of them. But you do have game-going points, don't you, North? Return to no trump. You're now going to bid 3 no trump, North. That says, yep, we've got game points. We've got 25 points together, but I showed you my spades the first time by bidding the Jacoby transfer. I'm now telling you I only have 5 of them, only 5. I don't know if we have a fit. Now remember, South gets to think after responder's second bid. Always has to consider a final thought. And South's final thought is it possible that we truly have the final destination based on North's second bid? Is it possible that I still have something else to contribute? Does the partnership actually have a spade fit in this case after all? Now, how does South figure that out? South is saying, my partner in North, the responder, went back to no trump because she only had 5 spade cards. Does my opening hand offer more cards in that responder's spade suit to find a fit, even though responder is thinking there is no fit? Do I have more than a doubleton? And yeah, South, you do. You've got 3 cards in spades. So why should we play a no trump when we could play with an 8-card major suit fit that will score better and will be a little easier to play because we have a trump suit on our side? You know now we have a spade fit South. You already know we have a game because North bid 3 no trump. So what you should do is correct the auction from the game in 3 no to the game in 4 spades. Fantastic, right? Yeah, and that's where we'll play. Now, I'm going to use the exact same hand that I used a minute ago in hand 8. I'm going to change one little thing in South's hand for our final conversation here, just to show you something here. Now, we already have the bids. 2 no in South, 3 hearts in North, Jacoby transfer. 3 spades in South because South is required to bid the transferred suit. And North here returns to 3 no trump because North has 5 and only 5 spade cards, right? But what if I change the hand with one little tweak? What if that hand now becomes this hand? Here's what I changed. I took away a card in South's spade suit. I moved it down to diamonds. So now North has exactly the same hand. South has essentially exactly the same hand, except I moved that 8 of spades and I made a diamond card here. So now, after North bids 3 no trump, because North is going to make the exact same bid on a second response to say I have 5 and only 5 spades, what is South going to do now? South has only a spade doubleton now, not 3 of them. In this example, because South does not have 3 spade cards to go with North's 5, South knows the partnership only has 7 spades, South would just pass 3 no trump. And that's where this version of this hand will get played. And that's because South no longer had at least 3 cards to go with North's 5. All right? So a lot of information, right? But it is built on something we have learned previously, the 1 no trump opener. So let's just walk through the highlights. Here we go. And you'll find this summary package, by the way. There's a 2-page summary. I believe it's on pages 8 and 9 in your packet. You might want to print those out, and if you want to make a little chart for yourself somehow, that's fine. Otherwise, this is a nice, clean summary, I think, for you guys. So here we go. Opener has 20 or 21 hard card points in a balanced hand. Is going to open 2 no trump. So far, so good. Responder. You don't have to have as many points opposite your partner's 2 no trump opener to find a game. With 0 to 3 high card points, basically, you're going to pass, responder, unless you have a Jacoby transfer with a 5-card major. If you have a 5-card major, you can even make that Jacoby transfer with 0 points. If you have 4 or more high card points, then responder, you can bid Stamen if you have a 4-card major. You can still bid a Jacoby transfer with a 5-card major because you could have done that with 0 points. Or with no 4-card major, no 5-card major, responder, if you have at least 4 high card points, bid 3 no trump. You're going to bid the game naturally in no trump. Responders' bids are always on a higher level, so if you're going to bid Stamen responder, it's 3 clubs, not 2 clubs. If you're going to bid a Jacoby transfer to hearts, it's 3 diamonds or 3 hearts, as transfers to spades, hearts and spades. Natural bidding, the only place you can go in no trump is the 3 level, 3 no trump. Now, opener, you're going to rebid the exact same way you did as when you were a 1 no trump opener. If your responder bids Stamen, well, then you're going to bid a major suit if you have 4 cards in one, or you're going to bid diamonds to deny a major suit. It's just now you're on the 3 level. If your responder bids the Jacoby transfer, you're going to bid the next major up the bidding ladder. It will be on the 3 level. You are required to bid the transferred suit. Responder's second bid is based on shape and points, that graphic kind of a concept that you had for the responder's second bid opposite a 1 no trump opener. Responder, if you started this with Stamen, well, did you find a fit with opener's choice? If so, at distribution, bid game in the suit. Did you not find a fit? Did opener bid a different suit than your 4-card major, or did opener bid 3 diamonds? I'm sorry, I don't have a 4-card major. Well, your job is to not add distribution and go to 3 no trump. If responder started off with Stamen. What if responder started off with Jacoby? 2 no, and then responder bid one of the Jacoby bids. Well, on your second bid responder, if you have a 6-card or longer major suit, add distribution. You can bid game in the suit if you have at least 4 points. All right? Don't bid game in the suit here if you only have 0 to 3 points. Okay? That's important here. Here, I'm fixing that for you. Okay? There you go. I think that'll work. Okay. All right. So I've opened 2 no. You've bid a Jacoby transfer. If you have 6 cards in the suit, go ahead and add distribution. You know there's a fit. Go ahead and bid game in the suit if you have at least 4 points. If you have 0 to 3 points, even though you have a 6-card suit, you just don't have enough points for a game, so pass after you've done the transfer. If you had 5 and only 5 cards in the major suit, well, you cannot add distribution, but you would return to no trump, 3 no trump, because responder does not know if there's an 8-card fit. Opener might just have a doubleton to go with responder's 5 cards. Just go back to 3 no. And opener, do you have one final thing you might be able to say? Sometimes. It's after responder's second bid. Responder, you basically ask yourself a question. Did we not find a fit? And if we didn't, does my opening hand actually have more cards in responder's suit than responder thinks? Did responder return to no trump thinking, oh, we don't have a fit? Look at your hand opener. If you have more than a doubleton, then you're going to have a fit with responder's suit. Go back to the fit. All right, so a whole lot of information for us. All right, I'm hoping that you were able to find some of this helpful. I know it's a long video. You have a couple days to, looking at it at your leisure. Maybe it will help you work through the packet. We'll go through this again. I'm not going to cover absolutely everything on these screens that I did in this video when we get together in our group class. I'm going to take a few things out just to shorten the time so that we can get to playing faster, because I'm going to assume that most of you have at least watched some of the video, okay? All right, so if you have questions, you can certainly send me email between now and class day. Otherwise, I guess I'll see you on class day, okay? Take good care. Bye.